Hey, what's up, guys? Here at my stomping grounds with Coach George the Hammer Garcia at Hammer Boxing Club on 17233 North Holmes Boulevard, 29th and Bell, just north of Bell. Fighter to watch. Alright guys, we're here with Sean O'Malley here at Hammer Boxing Club, another one of our sponsored fighters. Tell us a little bit about your sparring with Cliff.
Cliff's the man. It's awesome to be able to train with such a good boxer. Get me ready for my first pro boxing fight. Hits like a truck. He's fast. He's getting me well prepared for my fight. I'm super excited about it.
Sean's slick, especially, and he switches styles. He goes from southpaw to orthodox, which is very difficult for you to catch, get a rhythm to, get used to and everything.
I'm 4-0 pro MMA. I'm making the transition over to boxing. I don't know what's next. I'm going to keep boxing for a little bit, but I like to switch back and forth. And I like to switch stances, and I just like to fight.
Episode 3.
Well, it's been a pleasure because these guys really work hard. They know what they're doing. I'm glad to see that they got back in the boxing game, and it's really helped us here in Arizona because there was a while here where we weren't getting very many fights. And since Robert Vargas came in and with his partners, they did a wonderful job. And not only they did a good job, but some of these younger fighters that have talent, they're able to go out there and fight and progress their careers. So it's been good for the city of Phoenix. It's been good for the young talent.
My focus, I train really hard. So it was my first time being in a pro fight. As you know, I don't really have an amateur record. So the experience, it was overwhelming a little bit at the beginning, just my cardio. But getting dropped was definitely an eye-opener in training. It helped me focus on a lot of things. Just know that the inexperience helped actually clinch in that position. I was winning the whole round, so my coach told me to box, and I didn't. But it's a learning experience, man. It helped me a lot. It helped me through this camp, this fight that's coming up now. I'm fighting a guy who I know is coming out hard. But that fight, I should have listened to my corner in the 4th round and box and not try to go and I let the fans get to me and try to put on a show for them.
Alright guys, July 16th, Celebrity Theater, Iron Boy 34 with my man, my favorite boxing columnist, Ron Valderrama. Ron Valderrama, what do you have for us today? Tell us about the shows. Every time you come here, you're always in here, you're riding, I see you on your little pad right here and doing all this. Let's talk a little bit about Iron Boy.
Well, they've been around, I don't know how many years they've been doing it, but they're definitely a top-notch, this venue, their promotion companies, they do so much. They give so many fighters so many different chances, so many angles that they can, work their craft in this sport. But I literally just got in from Las Vegas, so I don't even know who's on the card. I think Danny
Valdivia. I think he fell out. I'm not exactly sure. Man, I love watching that guy fight. He's exciting, man.
I've never actually watched him fight live.
Well, you missed the last show. He's good.
Yeah, my opinion on in the heavyweight division. Who?
Man, my friend David Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I still believe he's one of the greatest.
Right.
The only time he started losing is when he got stabbed and almost died.
How you doing?
You remember that,
yeah,
right? David Rodriguez, they stabbed him, he almost died, and then his mind wasn't right.
Right.
He fought a month ago, right? First round knockout, with a guy with like 29 knockouts.
Right?
No, it was in Kansas, I believe. The guy had 29 knockouts in a row, went in there and knocked him out in the first round. His mind's back.
Yeah. Well, actually, because you hooked me up to interview him, and I talked to him on the phone, and it's a different David Rodriguez now than from before. What I like about him is he admitted everything that happened to him, everything he did wrong. The people that were surrounding him, but now he's like he's a beast. It's at Ron at Ringside at Facebook. It's Ron at Ringside on Facebook. And then I have my own website, ron@ringside.com, and I also write for Seconds Out Boxing, or secondsout.com, and Access Entertainment, or access.com. And thanks for having me on, though. It is a pleasure, Joe.
My pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Ron Valderrama, Iron Boy 34, July 16th, Celebrity Theater.
Thank you. Right on, man.
Hey, always a pleasure.
All right. Yeah, I'll get a hold of you and then.
For sure.
Do that.
Iron Boy Promotions done an outstanding job here in the state of Arizona. I think it's one of the best things that ever come along. They have been tremendous, giving young kids the chance. You know, when you're in the amateurs, they try to move up, and that's what they want to do. They reach either for pros or Olympic. Hey, Iron Boy is giving them that opportunity. We used to have pro-ams where we had the amateurs and the pros fighting the same day. It was an outstanding thing for the young people, which is what I work for. I actually do anything that they require me or ask me to do. I will referee for them, I'll timekeep, I'll judge, whatever they need. I even do inspecting. Most of my time is with the amateurs, so when they need something, they call me and I get in here as quick as I can and help them out what I can. By all means, Arizona's got the greatest outstanding boxing there is in all the United States, okay? Makes no difference, they should be number one on the flag. All of Vegas stuff should come to us because we are dedicated to our boxers. We only want the best for them. We want to see them go right and do everything the correct way for them. So Arizona boxing, hey, the best.
Here with Jorge El Torito Garcia. Been a while since he's been in the ring, but he's back in action. He's a corner man now, and who are you representing today?
Today we have Sean O'Malley and we fight him in pro debut.
And we are coming out of Hammer Boxing Club. We're going to have another fight here that I didn't find out. Tell us a little bit about Sean's background and how he's coming into this fight.
Sean has a big MMA background. He, I don't know, he has about 30, 40 amateur MMA fights. I think it's 4-0 as a pro. He's 4-0 as a pro MMA, and he's been getting, you know, MMA is a rough sport, so he got injured and just kind of coming back from fighting. So he decided he wanted to box, you know, and he boxes pretty well, you know, he's got good skills, he's got good feet movement or foot movement, so he decided he's going to take the boxing.
Hey guys, we're here at Celebrity Theater live with Sean O'Malley, who just devastated his opponent. Listen, this guy's an MMA fighter, but I'm gonna tell you, as a boxer, that was impressive. I'm impressed. I'm sure a lot of people were impressed. Sean, you had him, you know, you were connecting very well. You took advantage of that straight too. Now you dropped him the first time. What were you thinking the first time you dropped him?
I told him, I said, there's more where that came from. It's gonna keep coming. After I dropped him that first time, I knew I was gonna finish the fight. I've seen that the last 4 weeks that I was going to finish the fight. I didn't know how I was going to finish it, but I've been working on that straight left, and I knew he was a southpaw and they come over that jab. So.
And let me tell you, you know what I'm impressed about is because I was sitting out ringside, and you were listening to what your coaches were telling you, and a lot of fighters don't really understand the importance of that because they see a different angle of the fight.
Right.
How do you feel about that when they're yelling at you? I mean, I know I used to zone out, and the only thing I ever heard was my coach. How is it for you?
Yeah, my buddy Tim Welch has been in my corner for the last 12, 13 fights, and just have real good chemistry with him, living with him and everything. And then working with George, you know, 5, 6 times a week, sparring 3 times a day or 3 times a week. I feel like we just have good chemistry, and I can trust him, and that's a really important thing. If you can trust your coach, you can listen to him and hear what they're saying.
Absolutely, and you're training out at Hammer Boxing Gym. The environment between boxing and MMA, what's the difference with that? What can you tell us about the difference about the environment, how everybody is around the gym? You know, there's a different type of, like, I guess you would say, you have relationships with your MMA fighters like brothers. In boxing, you know, I kind of feel like it's just the environment is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I train at the lab too, so I have a bunch of partners at the lab and Hammer, but it's not as intense training for going to do a boxing fight. I feel like I'm so used to going into MMA fights, so I mean, I just got to worry about 2 things instead of 8. So, but it's good. I feel like a family at Hammer, got good partners, coaches I trust, and I think that's really important.
Very nice. Now you dropped them the first, you dropped them the second. The bell's clicking for your 10 seconds. What were you thinking at that moment? I hear the coaches yelling at you, you know, finish him, take him out. A lot of fighters would just, you know, try to catch your breath. You went in there, you took advantage, you took your shots in. What were you thinking at that mindset that time?
Well, I knew I could fight like that for 12 minutes. I could have done that the whole time, but it's kind of wanted to go into the second round. I was having fun in there. And this is what I do. I mean, I got $100 to fight. I didn't really mind if it went out of the first. It didn't matter. I think finishing in the second, third, or fourth.
A very impressive performance. Now you have your coach here, Coach George Garcia, the Hammer from Hammer Boxing Club, 17233 North Holmes Boulevard on 29th and Bell. Coach George, tell us what you saw today with your fighter.
And that's what I expected. What I see, you know, he put it together pretty good. He put his punches together pretty good. He didn't get excited, you know, when they hurt him. You know, he took his time. And that's what I didn't want him to do. you know, I knew it would be a matter of time, you know, before he knocked him out. He was doing everything right, you know. I mean, as we go on, you know, to the next fights, he's going to improve a lot more. But, you know, I knew he was good for this fight. You know.
Now, you being a coach, I'm sure you've had similar fighters where they're in a position to finish a fight. You've had it with me, I know that. How did you feel when that last 10-second bell, they had that click for 10 seconds, how did you feel when you were talking to him to approach him and finish that fight?
You know, I told him to take his time and use his jab, you know, but, you know, I didn't want to rush him, you know, so we could get caught with anything, you know. Even if he's not a really good fighter, he can throw something that you're not expecting, he can get catches. It's happened before, I've witnessed it, so, you know, with my experience, I told him, just take your time, use your jab, and finish the job. He did.
Now, at any time, did you feel he was in danger? Because the kid came in with a few snap punches, he came from the sides. Did you ever feel that he was in danger?
No, I never did, but I didn't think it was a danger. But you know, like I said, any punch could catch you, you know, and you know, it could catch him, and you know, he could go the other way right away. So you know, he took his time, did the right thing. You know.
Now, coming from an MMA background, going to a boxing environment, how do you feel he came into this? Like, what did you see as far as the differences when he started with you and coming into this ring? Is it what you expected? Was it better? Was it, you know, underneath what you expected?
Well, he's been training with me for a while. He's been training at the gym, and I've been watching him, and he's been doing good things. And that's what I expected, you know. I expect to knock it up, you know, but I think that in the future, I mean, you know, we gotta, you know, yeah, we just got a few things we gotta work on.
Okay, and we also have Tim Welch over here, one of your training partners, correct? Tim, come on down, man. Let us know what you thought of this fight today.
Yeah, Sugar's tough, man. You don't very often get athletes like him who are willing to work hard. And he's doing it for a living. He's not doing it for a hobby and a part-time job and something to just do for fun. He wants to be a world champ, so I believe and I know he's going to do it. So.
Now, you as an MMA fighter, you have the experience, you know, being in the cage. As far as your perception of what you saw, how do you feel he did today? I mean, regardless of winning, how do you feel his actual performance was today?
It went great, man. Yeah, not very often you get someone who hurts someone and stays composed like that. They usually want to end it and get out of there as fast as they can, but he hurt him, stayed super composed, and put him away.
I was completely impressed by that myself, the way he was very composed. Hey guys, July 16th, Celebrity Theater, Iron Boy 34, Sean O'Malley gets his first W.